think I landed into design because I was trying to find myself, get into something that I was really passionate about. I started off by making t-shirts and just doing some funny, crazy denim designs, and then I landed into this. Obviously, it took a while before I was like really sure that this is what I wanted to do, but it took about 2 to 3 years before I really found myself. So in 2010, that's when I was really sure that I want to make suits for men. But I started off pretty small, bought one machine, got a couple of orders, save up, buy the next one, put away more money, and buy the next one type of thing. So over, I think, the period of 4 years, we managed to put together, and get all these things. I think that my first or second year into the business, I had a partner then. We had some form of an altercation, then we parted ways. So she took all the equipment that I had then, like I had 2 industrials, I had all these other things. So I had to start afresh type of thing. So that was one of the I would say, stumbling blocks type of thing, in terms of building a brand. But other than that, I never really got funding from anyone, but it was something that I was really determined and very ambitious to really build. So I think, well, personally, I didn't have knowledge in terms of how you make a great suit. I didn't go to school for it. It's a self-taught skill. So one of the greatest challenges was, how do you actually build a product that will look so refined, so perfect, so pure, full of knowledge, full of design or tailoring education type of thing. I think that was my biggest challenge, that how do I actually get the skill without having gone to school? Because I applied, I got in, but my parents couldn't afford it. It was something that they didn't really see me doing in life. So I had to kind of forge my own way in terms of building a brand type of thing. So I think my biggest challenge was getting the skill and actually building an actual suit that I can actually turn it into a proper brand. That was my biggest challenge. Obviously, there were downfalls in terms of motivation, believing in yourself. Can I make it? Can I not make it? Will I succeed? Will I not succeed? But those minor things. Every now and then you have to motivate yourself, travel a bit, meet the right people that are doing it and really succeeding in that type of thing. But the biggest challenge was accessing the knowledge, accessing the skill within myself and harnessing it and really pushing boundaries to get to where we are now. When I started off, I was making things for men and women. And somehow I would get more of a kick after I've tailored something for myself. Look at myself in the mirror, I'm like, okay, this looks good on me. So I started spending more time in terms of trying to perfect things for men. So I fell in love with the synergy between the man and the suit type of a thing, and how much the characters colorate type of a thing. And I think over the years, in terms of reading GQ and all these other things, I fell in love with the idea of crafting the perfect suit for the African man, something that will represent the African man the best way possible. Well, we've been in business since 2011 rather. 2012 we were SA Fashion Week Reigning New Talent Search Design of the Year. We also won SA Nokian Design of the Year. We've been best dressed for GQ 2013 and 2014. We've worked with a couple of prominent people in the industry. We did a couple of exciting things with Omesta, including doing a tour with Idris Elba around the country. I think the greatest success though is the normal gentleman that comes into the Zkorzch studio. We show them a fabric sample and we make the best suit for them. And they walk out of here so excited, so full of life. With so much energy and ambition, feeling like they can conquer the world, type of thing. So the awards and all those things, fine, that's great. But our greatest achievement is being able to take a fabric and link it to a person's soul, link it to an individual, and bring out a new self. I think that for me is the most exciting thing. I think the way we cut our suits, the way we accentuate our lines, the architectural feel and the African feel within the brand, I think that sets us apart from everybody else. Also, just the balance of the suit, how we actually look at how your body is structured and try to find something that actually perfect for you. I think that really sets us apart from everyone else. Also, it is the personal interaction we have with the client, how we really take care of you type of thing. And also the process we get you so engrossed, involved in the process of making a suit. So when you walk in here, it's not a matter of, here's the fabric, let's make you a suit, but we involve you in the design element of the suit itself, in choosing the fabric, choosing the lining, choosing the interlinings, the parts that make your shoulder pads, your buttons, your waistcoat, how you want your waistband to be, like all those things. So you're like entirely involved in the process of crafting itself, you know, the suit itself. So it's not about, let me go and buy something off the rack type of a thing where you didn't decide on the fabric, didn't decide on the lining, but we get you so involved in the process itself that you feel like I was the designer in terms of making the suit itself. We incorporate a lot of pattern, we incorporate a lot of color, we incorporate a lot of fabrics in terms of what we do. For instance, this is a maroon, it's a check type of a thing. So we get a lot of characters. We get creatives coming here, you get guys from corporate coming and choosing a suit. So we're a brand that's trying to create for the new African man. Whether you're in corporate, whether you're a creative, whether you're an artist, whichever department you're in, you know, we have that platform to really cater for you. When it comes to men, there's no lying. Everybody wants to be taller, and they want to look slim, and they want to look sexy. So one of the most fundamental points when you're crafting a suit is to make a man look slimmer and taller. And the best way to play around with it is here, type of thing. That's why you find that it's a bit like cut in a certain way. And our jackets, I think the industry wants their jackets shorter. But when you have the jacket shorter, you have less space to play around with in terms of curving it. So our jackets are a bit longer, about 7 centimeters or so, but it gives us the ability to really curve it and shape it in terms of the side of the jacket. And our shoulders, we make our own shoulder pads. So you find that at times when you buy shoulder pad jackets from off the rack, they're too puffed up type of thing. But we take your natural shoulder and see how much padding do you actually need, so that you may look very masculine, but not too masculine type of thing. So we focus on the shoulder pads. Our sleeve lining is hand sewn. Our felt is hand sewn. Yeah, that's pretty much the inner design of the jacket. But it's important when you tailor. Like this part of the jacket makes a jacket. The shoulders, they make a jacket. The way you put in your sleeve, those make a great jacket be a jacket. Zkorzch is the future of menswear in Africa. That's what I believe. That's what we all believe here. And that's what South Africa should also believe, you know. But I think breaking boundaries is we want to see ourselves at a nice, beautiful space where we offer so many products around the Zkorzch suit itself. So we want to offer a lifestyle where you actually own a Zkorzch suit, a Zkorzch shirt, a Zkorzch watch, Zkorzch shoes, Zkorzch bag, Zkorzch tie. Everything else, you know, should be like a full-on Zkorzch product. From the way you talk, you should speak Zkorzch phone type of thing. So we're trying to build a brand that it should become such a full-on lifestyle for men. Obviously, this is like a 10, 20-year plan, but then in the next 3 years, we want to see ourselves in a nice, beautiful space that's accessible to the people, but also we want to see ourselves traveling around the world and accessing the best fabrics that truly define what an African Zkorzch man is type of a thing, and offering like a more vast variety in terms of what type of a suit can we make for you. And I think another thing is we don't stop learning the Zkorzch, you know. When it comes to making suits, it takes years. Like other tailors take 20 years to perfect a suit. We can't say we're like the best in the industry now. Otherwise, like our lifespan will just die out now. But we just keep on breaking boundaries, you know, trying to infuse as much technology, trying to infuse as much natural fabric into what we do, and trying to get the best cut. So when you come here in 3 years' time, as nice as the Zkorzch suit may be now, but in 3 years' time, oh my God, it's gonna be so awesome.